As we told you before, MGIC has now got their home-ready MI set up for you. You want to learn about this because it's for 97% loan-to-value deals. Click this banner right over there. So the CFPB responded to Dave Stevens and the MBA to bring clarity to the issues of TRID. So the headlines read, the CFPB to relax TRID enforcement actions. Thank God. They're saying these first few months are diagnostic rather than punitive. Well, that's pretty nice of them. Oh, they also say that the know before you owe mortgage disclosure rule provides for the issuance of a corrected closing disclosure even after the closing. That's great. I mean, all of this it's just fabulous. We're finally getting through to the CFPB. They're starting to hear the voices of those they reign over.
I'm not so sure about that. Here's my thinking. They had to come out and say this. They really didn't have a choice. So the CFPB's not going to fine you for your TRID violations yet.
Well, Lottie frickin' God!
What's the option? To start fining TRID violations? Well, guess what Moody's found? That 90% of loans sampled had TRID violations. 90%!
I don't know if you caught that, guys. 90%. So what's the option? To fine everyone in the industry for not being compliant? Because that's what you'd have to do. You can't do that. It's not an option. You can't fine everyone, and truth be told, if everyone is screwing it up, and I mean everyone, then maybe the problem isn't with the lenders. Maybe, just maybe, the problem is with the policy. So the CFPB, they had to come in and say that they're not going to be punitive yet because the only other option is to write tickets for virtually every loan in the country and shut down the mortgage market. That's my thinking, but here's the other problem.
Moody's comes out and found that 90% of TRID loans have defects. Well, how well do you think these loans are going to sell on the secondary market? I mean, who wants to knowingly buy loans with defects? Survey says nobody. That's right, nobody. In fact, Rob Chrisman writes that TRID is bedeviling the primary and secondary market. In his article, Rob Chrisman quotes an anonymous mortgage source saying that something else is happening, and it appears, absent some quick changes in philosophy, the effect could be both a complete seizure of non-agency lending and possibly some firms' very existence could be put in jeopardy. My firm has had 100% of the jumbo loans that we've sent for delivery rejected by our buyers. Yes, 100%. And we're talking nearly 50 loans so far. Why? Everyone had a TRID violation.
This is the point where the sirens need to start going off, right, guys? The CFPB's recently explained clarity is that cooperation of the GSEs is to ensure the rule will not disrupt the secondary market. Spoiler alert, it already is, and you can't unshoot that bullet.
And via the CFPB, the GSEs have made it clear they do not intend to exercise contractual remedies, including repurchases, as long as you're making a good faith effort to comply. It's kind of slippery, isn't it? My good faith may be your bad faith. All I heard from the CFPB and GSEs is you still face buybacks if we say so. I honestly don't see how this helps because it doesn't offer the mortgage market the clarity and direction that frankly they deserve.
Now ain't that a bitch? That's the real problem. And honestly, ask yourself, what do we get in return? Is the consumer truly more informed right now? Is all of this pain and cost really helping to bring clarity? Is it really? Well,
our friend Jennifer Allman says the aggregate adjustment is not allowed to show in the customer's total of the loan estimate. In October, November, and December, this really didn't come up too much for us because the aggregate adjustments are so low. But for closings from January to September, the aggregate adjustments can get pretty high. And we can't have them in our customer's total. Kinda dumb when you're trying to give your customer accurate totals, and we're supposed to be giving the customers all numbers we know about as soon as we are aware. The aggregate adjustment can't show up until the closing date. When that difference is important to our customer for their true total, we're supposed to say, just trust us. The total shows accurately on page 3 of the 1003, but not on the loan estimate.
So where's the clarity in there? Because I'm missing it. The problem with TRID isn't implementation. The problem with TRID is TRID. And we understand that our advocacy groups have to work with the CFPB. And I'm sure it would be counterproductive for them to take our stance. But the CFPB needs to understand that their right isn't always the actual right. Truthfully, wouldn't we all be better off if we identified the problems and worked towards rectifying those problems rather than doubling down on our bet? Yet that's where we're at. So one thing I do want to say, Frank, is, we don't just rail against the CFPB. When we see problems, we try to identify them, and maybe our stance and our delivery is a little bit more harsh, than some would like. But I want to say this. If the CFPB wants to use our platform to bring any type of clarity to the mortgage market, they can have it anytime, any day, and we will send whatever they want out completely and totally unedited.
Sure.
We're not against them with this, but we do think that we need to make some changes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a fair thing.
I think so
They
too.
should get a hold of us. I think that'd be great. Hey, well, you guys have a terrific day heading into that great holiday coming up. Hope you have fun. Leave your comments down below, forward and share, subscribe up above, and we'll catch you guys later here, the National Real Estate
I just
Post.
can't wait for the holiday seasons to be over. It's been fun, it's been nice, but I mean, from Thanksgiving, oh God, it's like a month and a half.
Your liver's crying mercy
Oh,
right about now.
totally. Totally. I was doing so good. Bye.
See ya.